FOOTIE thugs who caused mayhem at the Ibrox shame game armed themselves with an array of weapons including knuckle duster gloves, we can reveal. Ultras arrived at Sunday's Old Firm clash tooled up for the trouble, while others got hold of makeshift metal chibs by breaking parts off seating as well as wielding flagpoles and bottles. The revelations gave an insight into the threat faced by innocent supporters, including children, who were left terrified as hundreds of Union Bears and Green Brigade yobs ran riot. Cops and stewards battled bravely to keep the hate-filled factions apart as the Scottish Cup's showpiece descended into violence. Sources told of the weapons used as a probe involving anti-terror cops continued amid growing calls for officials at both Rangers and Celtic to take a zero-tolerance stance on ultras yobs. An insider familiar with the events at Ibrox said, "Some thugs were intent on causing trouble, no matter what, and turned up at the stadium prepared for violence. There were guys wearing gloves with the knuckles reinforced with metal, not the usual attire worn by law-abiding fans who just want to support their football team. Others were more spontaneous when the chaos began and ripped metal parts from the seats to use as weapons, while others grabbed anything they could get their hands on. It's actually a wonder nobody inside the stadium was more seriously injured, but that's thanks to the cops and stewards who moved quickly and kept them apart. Why the clubs have said absolutely nothing about what happened is astonishing and inexcusable. Real supporters, matchday staff, police and other emergency workers should not have to face this kind of madness at a football match." We told how Scotland's top cop stuck the boot into Rangers and Celtic chiefs for failing to condemn Sunday's shame game and suggested ultras should be banned. Chief Constable Joe Farrell blasted the disgraceful scenes at Ibrox where two sets of supporters invaded the pitch, with 9 arrested and more being hunted as part of the ongoing probe. Police, fans and a child were among those injured amid the worst trouble at an Old Firm tie in 45 years. On Tuesday, rival fan groups slated Police Scotland over their handling of the matchday operation, but neither apologised for the thuggery of their own supporters after Celtic's penalty shootout win. Both jails and hoops bosses have remained silent so far on the mayhem. Addressing the Scottish Parliament's Public Audit Committee, Ms Farrell said, "The events of Sunday afternoon were absolutely disgraceful, and I condemn the people involved in the violence. When we got to Monday evening, there was still no commentary from either of those clubs in respect of the violence witnessed. Nobody came out to condemn that violence. The Scottish Cup clash was the first derby since 2018 where Celtic fans were given the full Bromlone stand at Ibrox, which holds 7,500 supporters. Louts also clashed with police outside the stadium."